G'day fellow miners, and welcome back to HyperMine and episode 4 in my all new, I was going to say digging Minecraft series, but I won't, in my road to nuclear power. Today's episode we're going to look at a couple of different things. I'm going to try and get as much as I possibly can done to the breeder. I want to get the breeder online, so we need to put in a system to extract the re-enriched uranium isotopes or re-enriched uranium cells, and then craft them into proper uranium cells. So I also want to talk about this present that one of the new guys, Bodog, a buddy of Zueljin's. You may have even seen him play on Zueljin's World in one of Zueljin's Cobblestone Chronicles episodes. He very, very kindly left me a bunch of these logic matrix programmers, which I was like, that's a lot. Like, I went caving the other day for about 6 hours and I found maybe 4 dungeons, and I ended up I'd found another logic matrix programmer. And what I didn't realise, and it was pointed out to me in the comments by a subscriber called The Beau Roos, I believe his name is, The Beau Roos, that the logic programmer isn't consumed in the making of the these logic matrix identifiers. It's not a part that is consumed. So what I've been doing off camera is manufacturing these logic matrix identifiers, and they are made from these logic matrices, or matrices, which require these invarium drops. And this required me to set up a whole new method of generating power and a whole new method of storing power, which I hadn't really played with. I'm going to show that later on. Taking a bit of time to load. I'm having a little bit of an issue with latency today. Oh, here's my Globex Corporation sign. I had to set this up here, which is a solar turbine. These are reflective mirrors which you place around the solar turbine, and they concentrate the energy of the sun onto the turbine. And the turbine sucks up water from in here, and I guess it turns it to steam. Hello, zombie. What you doing over there? Ow. And the power generated by the little turbine inside, that little thing spins around and the water gets sucked up in the bottom. It's kind of cool, actually. Charges these large batteries, and as you can see, the yellow bar on the side is an indicator of how full they are. All of these batteries are full, and there we go. I've made 24 of these logic matrices, and I had to make a slag furnace because the invarium drop, which is in this here, it doesn't have a recipe, but it is in a 3x3 crafting bench. It is lead ingots in the corners, then a diamond in the middle, and gold ingots in the remaining slots. And the lead ingots that it uses are a specific lead ingot, so it's not these lead ingots. So these lead ingots are from, I believe, maybe Buildcraft, I'm not sure, or possibly Railcraft. It requires, if I can find them, these lead ingots, as you can see, a different identifier number, 9270. This is 20.7:67, so it's a different. They're actually a different ingot. They can still make a lot of the other stuff, like you can use these ingots to make lead wire and the insulated coils for the motors and so on for the thing. I'm not going to go too much into how the solar turbine is crafted. I might just quickly show you the recipe for the Inverium drop. And a diamond. So you put gold ingots there and nugget in the middle, and you put these lead, and that's Inverium drop there. And it says temporary recipe. I'm not sure why, but there is no recipe for it in NEI for some reason. So I had to look that one up online. And yeah, they go into that crystallizer that I showed you with a bottle of water, which isn't consumed, and a stone block, one of these, smooth stone, and it takes a little bit of time, so I left it overnight. I had made a couple of the logic matrix identifiers yesterday, and I fitted them to the some of the routers that are there. So what I need to do now is I need to make a few more of each of these, and these are the only ones that use the logic matrix. I believe that the rest of them don't use them. They all use dark iron, but the rest of the upgrades. So I'm going to turn all of these 24. So I need 24 spider eyes. 39 there. So the recipe is logic matrix, spider eye, logic matrix programmer. I guess it gives it an eyeball. You can see it's now got a little eyeball on it. So I'll just craft all of those, and as you saw, it didn't consume the logic matrix programmer, which is... It actually does make sense, because the Bo Roos did say it would be kind of, it wouldn't make sense that it's that rare to find that it would consume the actual programmer in the process of making it. And he's right, that does make sense that it doesn't. So I'm going to craft some of these item filters and machine filters, 3 or 4 of each, and I will be back. Okay, so we are back over at the breeder reactor, and we need to fit these filters. Actually, I should have made more. Alright, we'll just do one for now. So we need to fit... Well, we'll have a look at this, actually. This has got... this is an insert to the crafting table, which is this thing over here. It looks like it's deconfigured again, but the GregTech blocks are kind of weird. They act kind of weird. They look like they've reset, but they haven't. I don't know why. And it's inserting into slot 1, which is the top left-hand corner, and that's it. I think I need to put item filter on this, so I will actually put I'll put the item filter on there, and that's just how you apply them. You shift and you right click. I might actually need to make another item filter, another machine filter, because these are going to need machine filters and item filters as well. So I'll be right back with more stuff. Okay, we are back again. I shifted things around a little bit just to make it a slightly more aesthetically pleasing. I just moved the routers up, and I fitted all the filters to it. So this has got extract. The machine filter is telling it to extract from the iron chest and eject it to the bottom, which is the routers underneath, and extract from the west side, which is where the chest is, and only extract coal dust. So this is the chest that coal dust will go in. And then this one here says is got near depleted uranium cell as the filter. I need to change that to iron and visit near. Eject to bottom is correct. I believe it was west side. Wait a minute. No, insert. Yeah, no, that needs to be extract. Extract from west side. So it's filtered to near depleted uranium, iron to chest, eject to bottom, and extract from west side. And then if we fall off the edge here, and we look at these fellows, they are filtered. This one's filtered to coal dust. Interact with the crafting table, which is here. So it's GregTech electric crafting table. And insert into slot 0 in the crafting table, which is the top left slot. And yeah, coal dust is the filter. And this one will have near depleted uranium as the filter. Interact with GregTech electric crafting table. Insert into slot 1, which is the next slot across. Now this is bugged out. I don't know why. Like I said before, it happens. So we can't see any of the contents. And we can't see that it's an electric crafting table, but it does work, or it should work. So all I need to do is fill these. So this one gets coal, and as you can see, it's dwindling slowly. So this is actually removing the coal, fitting it into its buffer, and then this one should hopefully be filling up as well. Yep, that one's full. And it's stopped, so therefore it is not taking any more on board. And then we need to put these in here, and as you can see, the router's buffer is filling up. And you can see it's kind of got the nether particles because it uses the Eye of Ender and the Ender Pearl as part of its component. So this one underneath is filling up as well, and just going to check in here. This will probably have an extra, yeah, see, for some reason there's always an extra depleted isotope in that. You know, I think it's because of the configurations for these load after a certain period of time. And this router underneath should be extracting from this. I don't know why it's not, because this should be filling up with isotopes, but it isn't. Extract, crafting table, eject top, extract from slot 18, which is the correct slot, I believe. I'm going to have to break this and, dang it, refit it. I don't know why, but I may have to abandon using the GregTech stuff altogether because it may be just too buggy. It might just be because of the latency that I experience on the server that these things don't load properly. But yeah, it's weird every now and then. Like the rest of the chain will work perfectly, but for some reason, oops, I don't want my engine on. I want to jump out. Thank you. See, now it is working. And I need to put a pattern into the holographic thing here. And hopefully, we're not going to have any power, are we? I'm going to need to boost the power on these things by, and probably when I get back that's going to be misconfigured again. I don't know why, but when you go a slight amount of distance away from those GregTech blocks, they like cock up. Yeah, I'll use a hybrid just temporarily until till the breeder reactor is online, and then it should be able to supply enough power to power itself. No, the table's still configured. So I will put this right on top of here and hope it doesn't explode. And it should. Where are the isotopes going? Oh, there we go. Now it's starting. There must have been a few missing out of the chain here. So this chest is starting to fill up with isotopes nicely. This should keep on extracting from these chests. And let's have a look at our MFE. Yeah, it's battling to keep up. Wow, these things consume a lot of power. So until this chest is full, that will continue to battle getting energy stored. So I may need to actually leave that up there. Alright, so it looks like this is kind of working quite well. Takes a little bit of time to produce a depleted isotope cell, but we're a step closer to finishing off this reactor. I might do a little bit more off-camera work, and we might come back and have a look, and then I think I'm going to have to call it an episode after that. So I will be right back. Okay guys, we are back, and all this is completed. I have put in the buffer chain, and I hope, yeah, they all seem to be facing in the right direction. I've run power from the top back down into here. I haven't powered this up yet because I need to put a filter in here. But I have completed the components that I required for the breeder reactor. And as you can see, there's 4 thorium cells in here. We have some component heat exchangers and component heat vents. And I won't go into the crafting of those. If you want to look it up, you can look it up with not enough items. So this is the full setup for the breeder reactor, and what will happen when we turn it on, hopefully, turn this on, and why won't you come online? Okay, it's online. It just doesn't show on the board over there. It's perhaps because I need to maybe need to. Sometimes these things get a bit stuck, and it's a pain in the rectum. There we go. So it's producing 4 EU per tick. The temperature is not rising and the reactor is on. So we should be able to remove this, and this should get power from the reactor. It is producing 4 EU per tick. And if we go inside again, we can see that thorium cell, that depleted isotope, is almost ready. And I wanted to add one more condition to this. So that it is only on when the inventory is full. So when this gets extracted, which it's really going quick. Like that's producing it very fast. As I said, in a 13-hour period, this will produce 400 re-enriched uranium isotopes. This one's almost complete. Once it hits, there we go, and it becomes a re-enriched uranium isotope. I pull that out, and a new one drops into place, and that will continue. Now what I need to do is pop this into here as a filter, and I can then join this up and power that up, and that will only extract the re-enriched uranium isotopes. So it'll extract it automatically. This side will feed automatically. Let's get up here and see. You can see the power starting to drain into the buffers. Oops, didn't want to do that. I put a little glass cover up here just to, you know, make the reactor look a little more balanced. I might, well, not make it look more balanced, but give it a bit more of a protected look. See, it's topping back up again. So definitely enough power to keep this whole system all fired up, and hopefully we will see our first changeover very shortly. So this is basically there's no heat removed from this reactor. There's no heat created by this reactor. These heat exchangers and this component heat vent are enough to vent the heat generated by the 4 thorium cells reacting and charging up this isotope cell. So we should hopefully see a changeover. What have we got? 9.4, 9.6. Yes, excellent. Very happy. So there we go. There's our first, well, really our second re-enriched uranium cell. And as I said, you combine, we'll see if we got some coal dust we can pinch from over here. We'll pinch a coal dust, and then you just get yourself one of these re-enriched uranium isotopes and combine that in a crafting grid with coal dust again, and we come out with a uranium cell. As you can see, it's got 1 durability loss already. That's because I didn't shift click it out. If you shift click out these things, we'll try again. We'll shift click out this one, so we'll take another coal dust. So what I'll probably do over here is put in another crafting table and dump another chest full of coal dust, so you can see I didn't do damage to that. It doesn't really matter because like 1 point of uranium durability loss is nothing. I'll probably set up a crafting table over here in order to combine these the re-enriched uranium isotopes, and we've got another one coming very shortly. So this is so fast. Like, I'm really happy. I've got a huge grin on my face, and I'm really happy this has worked. Yeah, so yeah, that's, you've no idea how happy I am to see this working really well. Like, there's barely any time where there's no isotope in there. It's extracted and replaced almost straight away. So there's barely any time in there that the reactor's empty, so it's not wasting any of that reaction. That is very cool. And the other effect of these is I can actually use those. Yeah, I can actually use those to make a nuke, and I have the components needed to create a thick neutron reflectors. I can create these quite easily because I have the beryllium cells as well, and now I have re-enriched uranium and I have some plutonium, so I can actually make nukes. So yeah, well there you go, guys. I hope you are as excited by this build as I am. I'm really happy with this. It's really awesome. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching. Keep on digging.